Cancer. Welcome to your August Taroscope, brought to you by me, Kathleen Robinson of Five Tarot and Karmaqueens. So let's get cracking. So the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to mix the cards. And let's see if we can give them a shuffle for maybe 3 times. There we go. That gets the cards there. And let's see what's happening. So let's have a look for the month ahead. So you've got the King of Swords and the Two of Rods upright. Well, the Two of Rods upright is all about partnerships. Not love partnerships, but partnerships. Two people doing so much more together than one could ever do on their own. And I've got the King of Swords here, which is all about logic and moving forward in maybe quite a forceful way. If you are seeking advice from anybody and you've paid somebody in to give you some advice, generally it's shown as the King of Swords coming in to offer that valued advice without any form of bias. They come in, advise you, and go. But you can also be the King of Swords who's surveying everything that you've got, and you're making your decisions based on your logic and your reason. So everything is planned, it's black and white. And it could be that to help you make that decision, you're also have somebody else with you to help make a joint decision on something. So something important has to be discussed or a decision has to be made, and this is the month for it. Let's look at relationships. We've got another big card as well, which is the Emperor. Okay, so the Emperor is, if you can think of it as being somebody with authority or a large organization, they don't have an axe to grind. They're just there, and that's what they do. But as long as the argument is based on reason and equality, the Emperor is absolutely by your side. So the Emperor could be a doctor, it could be an accountant or a large organization waiting to give you a result of something. And the result is good because the Emperor is upright, which is giving you the green light to proceed in a certain direction. Now, it could be you allowing yourself to have the permission to give yourself the green light to move forward in a situation, having evaluated all the facts that are around you in a certain relationship. One thing to be mindful of is when we have the Four of Swords. It means that you are tired. You feel like you want to go into a dark room and ruminate for months on end because you don't have the energy or the spark left in you to move forward. And it could be that this is what's causing the relationship to struggle at the moment. But having thought about it all, you've come up with a result or an answer that will help this relationship move forward, given that it needs to have some TLC to move forward when you have that energy loss around you. So take it easy, make sure that decision is the right one for you both, and move forward from it. In terms of money, let's see what they've brought you. Okay, so the King of Cups is not a bad card to have. Financially, it means unconditional love for a start. That's what it means. Very emotional card, and that money is around you with that in mind. So you're very much, if you like, got that resource around you I don't know if it's love from a mother or father, or whether or not through the relationship that you've got that resource to hand. And you're able to enjoy the finer things in life. So we're looking at opera, ballet, music, going to festivals, all of that in August. It's not just spent on living, you know what I mean? It's spent on enjoyment as well, which is what we all need to have in our lives. Now I've got the High Priestess reversed around you in terms of finance or money. And generally, somebody's holding back, and you know they are because you're the High Priestess. And what you're doing is that you feel that whatever's coming out of somebody's mouth is not exactly factual. And so, if I were you, I would go with that gut feeling because you're very, very blessed in August to have a 100% success rate in your gut feelings to pursue what it is you feel they might be hiding. Now, it's neither a negative or a positive card. It's just saying somebody's withholding from you at the moment for whatever reason. So you deserve it for yourself to find out what that is. So maybe do a little bit of digging if you want to find out what it is. In terms of challenges, I always look at them as being the universe is telling you there might be something coming up that you just need to be a little bit more careful about as you move forward. And so we've got the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles, when I have to treat it as a challenge, it is saying, be careful with people offering you something that is fabulous. And you're thinking, my goodness, that is a really good deal. It's not a good deal. They don't know what they're talking about. Somebody is trying to sell you something that they absolutely have no skill in doing, and for you to take it on board. So it's a bad business deal being offered. So please make sure that in August you absolutely do your due diligence on that. Make sure that everything's okay. And one of your challenges is that you are coming towards the end of a cycle, because I've got the World card, which means the ending of one part of you and the opening up of a new chapter in your life. But because this is now a challenge, it's suggesting that before you can possibly go into that new part of your life, you need to tie up the loose ends and make sure it's all done and dusted so it doesn't follow you in to the next phase. And if somebody else is holding up you getting all your things dealt with, then you need to make sure that they understand that you can't move forward until they've done their bit to release you from that to move forward yourself. So that's what they wanted you to know. Now, finally, before I go on to my other cards, I want to talk a bit about me. Yep, Kathleen Robinson, been doing the tarot for well over 30 odd years, and I've been online since 2009. And it's through 5tarot.co.uk, and I do readings through Zoom, which are 45-minute readings. And it's on the same platform that we're on here, which is fabulous. Everything's incredibly clear. It's recorded, so you'll get an MP3 sent to you after the reading. You can book your appointments on my website. You don't have to speak to me. It's hassle-free, and you pay by PayPal, which also has a non-PayPal payment, which you can pay on your debit or credit card, or you can pay by bank transfer if you're in the UK. Telephone readings, well, we do them normally on the UK landline and things like that, or mobile phone number, but we also offer WhatsApp for a secure encrypted phone call, which is done over the internet, and it's done anywhere in the world, so there's no excuse for you not to have a telephone reading from me. It also is an MP3 that's sent to you so that you can listen to your reading again. And then finally, we do face-to-face readings, which is 60 minutes here in Edinburgh in Scotland, which has to have at least a 24-hour window to book your appointment with me, and look forward to reading to you if you're here in Edinburgh. So moving on to the next part, let's have a look at these other cards that the universe wants to give you a little bit of a message themselves. And why are they giving you them? Well, they're crystal angel cards, and they believe that they can talk to you through giving you crystals that will have certain vibrations on them, which will help you resolve a situation that you're feeling at the moment. So let's see what they're bringing you today. Oh, right. Well, what they're bringing in August, to be particularly clear. Right, so let's get the cards up. And I'll mix them once, I think, this time. And let's see what they brought you as a crystal. Moldavite, unconventionality, which is the crystal that they want you to know about today. So let's just see why Moldavite has been brought to you today. Very interesting. Well, the actual Moldavite crystal is green. It's from meteorites and it's a genuine stone found only in the Czech Republic. Because of its extraterrestrial origins, Moldavite has such a high energy that some people feel spacey and ungrounded in its presence. Moldavite is a catalyst for lucid dreaming, astral projection, and meditations for world peace. We need a bit of that, don't we, this month? So this card reassures you that your unique qualities are part of your life purpose. It's possible that you've been teased or felt excluded for being different. Perhaps you've tried to change yourself to fit in and be normal, yet doing so is betraying who you are and ignoring the blessings and gifts of your authentic self. And if it seems that your opinions and thinking style are not the same as those of other people, this is a sign of your creative ability. You have inventive, fresh ideas and talents the world needs. You see things in a new way, which will inspire others out of their stagnation. So seek out other unconventional people so that you won't feel so alone. You may encounter like-minded people at clubs, conventions, and other gatherings, focusing upon areas aligned with your interest. Like Moldavite, you are otherworldly, yet fortunately there are many others who share your origins and points of view. It's just a matter of going out and finding them. So that's what they wanted you to know about that. And finally, on to my favorites, which are the old converted the sticks that the Buddhists have to these yin yang cards, centuries old, well, thousands of years old actually. Let's see what message they have for you today. So I'm just getting the cards together. Let's give it a once and let's see what they want you to know today. They've told you that they're giving you the card called Force and the Creative. And it's saying life is an endless sequence of changes. Try to evaluate energy. Learn to acquire, accumulate, give and lose. Swallow your pride. Do not try to rise higher. Heavens, as everything will return it to the earth. The great is just as important as the small. So it's all about being creative and moving forward. And also being humble in the way that they say, swallow your pride. You're not bigger than anybody else, if you like. And we've got the card here, which is giving you no breakages at all. It's just about moving forward and evolving. So with that in mind, I would like to say thank you very much for coming in for your reading for August. And if you haven't liked and subscribed on my channel, please do, because it helps me develop these free readings to you to move on. So take care. And until the next time, I'm Kathleen Robinson.